Hey everyone, welcome back to Sports Banner. Tonight, me and Bryce are gonna go over AEW Revolution, which was this past Sunday. It was a pretty good pay-per-view in my opinion, and yeah, I did not watch the pre-show match. Did you, Bryce?
I did, but I was literally getting Smoothie King, so I wasn't paying much attention.
Okay,
But I was listening to it, and I I think Britt Baker and Maki Ito won. I think.
yeah, they did.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's about how much I remember from
I
it.
say that. Um, yeah, it was. I didn't watch it. Anyways, moving on to the main card. First match was the Young Bucks defending their tag team belts against the Inner Circle, which was the team of Jericho and MJF.
Not anymore.
Oh, not anymore. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
recording this on Wednesday, by the way. Just watched Dynamite. This was an awesome match. I loved it, loved it, loved it so much. It's like an 8 out of 10 for me. I love the uses of the middle finger. Thought that was great. Nick Jackson with the middle finger lariat to Jericho. I
Yeah.
think it was Jericho. That was great. I love this match. What's your thoughts on it,
Well,
Bryce?
I love there's two Young Bucks matches that I like. Number one, I think it's pissed off Young Bucks. I like it when that happens because
Mm-hmm.
they're really cool when they're pissed off. Number two, I don't know. I don't know if it's I like it more or if it's just I'm used to it. But it's Matt Jackson selling his back. He doesn't do that anymore. He's evolved from
Mm-hmm.
selling his back like crazy. But I enjoyed this match a lot. Yeah, it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad Jericho
Yeah.
and MJF
Same.
lost.
Same, definitely. And now we definitely know why they lost because of what
Yeah.
happened on Dynamite. Okay, moving on to the Casino Tag Team Royale for a future AEW World Tag Team Championship match. Ray Phoenix, who's a part of Death Triangle, won by eliminating Jungle Boy, who's in Jurassic Express.
Mhm.
Um, I thought this was good. I didn't think it was amazing or great or incredible. I didn't think it was horrible either. I think it was pretty good. Lots of interesting things happened. QT Marshall threw himself over the rope and just quit. That's weird. Some cool spots. Uh, Gun Club actually sort of looked cool to me. I don't really know much about them. I know they're the Sons of Billy Gunn. They
Mhm.
looked cool. Um, Private Party looked pretty decent. I I'm a
The
huge
Kings. Private Party are a bunch of
the
kings.
Kings.
Yeah, they're kings.
Oh,
They're
facts,
kings
yeah.
under Matt Hardy.
Um, sure. I love that Death Triangle won it. I'm a huge fan of both of those wrestlers in there. But yeah, Bryce, what's your thoughts?
All right, so QT Marshall.
Wait.
Yeah.
6 out of 10 for me. All right,
Okay.
Bryce, go.
All right, QT Marshall. I think he's being more of a dick lately. Especially his treatment toward Fuego del Sol on AEW Dark. He's really getting a little bit of confidence, and with confidence, he thinks he can do things on his own, and that his way is the better way. So that's it. Really
Hmm.
progresses that story. I really liked Jungle Boy. It definitely convinced me that I thought he was gonna win for a second, but
Hmm.
Final Four. It was Death Triangle, Jungle Boy, and someone else. I already forgot who it was. The Final Four. His name
Uh,
haunts me. It'll come back.
it's John Silver.
It was John
John Silver
Silver.
and
Yeah, you're right.
Kazarian.
Yeah, I could have seen any of those teams winning. It was
Yeah,
so
I
I
agree.
didn't know who would win this battle royal, and I like that. And ultimately, I'm happy with Ray Phoenix winning. Of course, Ray Phoenix just had a kick-ass match against Mac Jackson on Dynamite,
Hmm.
really building up to their tag team championship match, which still is to be determined.
It's definitely not going to be a double or nothing. It will be before then. I know that for sure.
Yeah, you think so?
Um, yeah, definitely. Given that they just had a singles match, I'll probably be probably the last AEW this month.
I'll be honest.
Last Dynamite.
I thought it would happen at St. Patrick's Day Slam.
It might. It's not announced yet. Oh wait,
No, they would
do
have
they already have a
announced it if it was
match?
happening.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it'll
Okay.
happen.
Anyways, moving on to the singles match for the AEW Women's World Championship. Hikaru Shida defeated Ryu Mizumi, if I say that
Ryu
right. Sorry,
Mizunami, yeah.
Mizunami. Sorry. Um, Okay, I thought it was good. Probably about the same level as the Battle Royale for me. I'd say about a 6 out of 10. I saw a lot of people love this match. I thought it was good though. I didn't think it was amazing. I thought it was good. Shout out to Excalibur. I didn't know all their history and stuff. His commentary is great. Him calling the match was great. Him giving the history of each woman was awesome. I thought he was like a star performer in that match for me. But yeah, your thoughts, Bryce?
Excalibur is always good, and if you want to hear more Excalibur, watch. Like, I know you don't have time, but watching AEW Dark. Excalibur's chemistry with
Mm-hmm.
Taz on commentary, it's just so good that it's just so enjoyable to listen to these guys. Like, I watched AEW Dark for the first time today as we were recording this. I watched it for the first time, and it was, well, for the first time in a long time, and they're just awesome. Taz and
Mm-hmm.
Excalibur, so shout out to them because they're doing a great job. But anyways, back to the match. Shida, Mizunami, good match. I don't like they set up the 6-man tag that happened on Dynamite, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the match itself was pretty good. I mean, I don't give ratings. I'm not Dave Meltzer over here.
Mm-hmm.
5 stars. But also,
Yeah.
shout out to the women, Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa on St. Patrick's Day Slam, unsanctioned match in the main event. That's gonna be amazing.
This might this might as well be a Revolution review video slash Dynamite talk because
I
we
just
keep
gotta
bringing it up
mention
so
it because
much.
I mean, the Revolution
It's
pay per view
big.
sets up Dynamite, which sets up St. Patrick's Day Slam.
You're not wrong. Yeah. I called this match wrong though. I thought Sheeta was not gonna retain, but she
Ooh,
did.
yeah, that was bold of
Interested.
you,
Yeah, I'm interested to see where the Sheeta reign
dude.
goes.
I like Ryu
Anyways,
Mizunami too.
what
She's good.
I like Ryu too. She has an interesting like personality, so I would have been down with her winning it.
Yeah, these women are on an upturn, uptick. They are so talented, the women.
Definitely. I agree. Moving on to tag team match, Miro and Kip Sabian winning against best friends, which is Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor, not Trent. Trent's still injured.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, I alluded to this before we started recording. This match was my surprise of the night.
Really?
This was good. I loved this match so much. It's a 7 out of 10 for me. I called it right because I said Miro's undefeated, so I think he's still gonna win, and he did. I loved this match. It was short, but it did everything it needed to do, and it was pretty good. So yeah.
All right. I want to raise this question to you because I thought it was interesting, and they didn't even progress the story on Dynamite. What was up with
True.
Miro sacrificing Penelope Ford?
I don't know.
I
Probably lazy booking, or it was just
no.
spur of the moment. You think is
Tony Khan books things on purpose. That's one thing I've learned with Tony Khan. There are
okay? Okay, hang
there
on,
are
hang on,
elements
hang on, hang on.
sprinkled in.
So what happened after the main event? You would also say Tony Khan.
Hey, shout out to them on Dynamite. They spinned it well.
Well, okay,
Eddie
okay.
Kingston
You're right.
spinned
You're
it
right.
well.
Let's get into that later. Let's get that into
Yeah,
later.
yeah.
I agree. Let's get in that later.
But anyways, with the match, I think this is definitely, it was there on purpose for me to tease a split between Miro and Kip
Okay.
Sabian, having to use Penelope Ford as a shield really to get Miro and Kip Sabian the win. Miro's gonna do anything to get the win because he claims to be the best man, and a loss for Miro, he's currently undefeated, but a loss for Miro is really gonna. I don't think it wouldn't make him the best man anymore. Be the second
Yeah,
best man.
I agree. I think they will. I think they'll split. And I think when they split, Miro will get a title shot, either TNT or AEW championship belt, because he deserves it. Or I'm just a fan of him. Maybe I'm blind. I don't know. But anyways, Kip Sabian's good too. He'll do big things. Anyways, moving on to the big money match. The winner receives the losers 2021 first quarter earnings. And I called this one right too. Hangman Adam Page defeated Matt Hardy. This was an enjoyable match, a lot like the Kip Saban match. This was fun. I don't think it was quite as good. I think maybe like a 6.5 out of 10, but I liked it. The ending was cool. I liked the ending the most out of the whole match, but not too much to say. Yeah, Bryce, what are your thoughts?
Um, sorry, I got distracted. Yeah, Tony Khan tweeted out. He tweeted out a typo that the Dynamite's on Wednesday. It's not on Thursday. I don't know why.
Oh, okay,
The
cool.
original
That
the
makes a
original
that makes
graphic
a
he
lot more
tweeted out
sense.
said Thursday, but the one that he updated with like other matches on it, it says Wednesday. So yeah, it was a mistake. Anyways, yeah, Hangman Adam Page winning the match. I mean, it had to happen. It really had to happen for
Mhm.
Hangman. I mean, you weren't gonna make him lose to Big Money Matt. And of course, it progresses the storyline between Hangman Adam Page and his growing friendship with the Dark Order. I don't think this means that Hangman's going to join the Dark Order. I don't think he's ever going to do it.
Mhm.
I just think, it's
I
Hangman and
I
friends.
yeah, that's sort of how I see it, but I'm not against him officially joining either.
Oh, no, me neither. But, as Hangman said, he did the group thing.
Yeah. Yep. Um But yeah, moving on from that is the Face of the Revolution ladder match, and the winner gets a AEW TNT Championship match. Scorpio Sky defeated Cody Rhodes, Penta El Zero Miedo, Lance Archer, Max Caster, and the big reveal, Ethan Page. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Before this match, no clue who Ethan Page was. I'm happy I know who he is now. When I first heard the entrance, I thought it was TJP because it was like video gamey 8-bit kind of
Yeah.
noises. I was like TJP, but it was Ethan Page. Pleasant surprise. He looks pretty good. I said Lance Archer or Scorpio Sky was gonna win. It's close enough. I didn't give like a definitive choice, but Scorpio Sky definitely deserved it. It was a really good match. 8 out of 10 for me. So yeah.
Me too. I really loved this match. I mean, I didn't love it, but like, I really enjoyed this match. Of course, Luca, you got hyped for Max Caster coming out.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I think I texted Bryce two different times that
Yeah, you
Max
did.
Caster's entrance promo
Yeah,
rap was amazing. It was so good,
you
and
had
he
to
looked
do it
really good in the
twice.
match too. I
Yeah,
didn't like the claims at first, but I'm liking them now.
the acclaimed is awesome, but
It was great.
Scorpio Sky
Yeah.
was the right winner. Obviously, he didn't win on Dynamite, and it
Hmm.
seems like he,
Yeah.
he turned heel, which I think is interesting. They should have brought
Yeah.
out the remaining members of SCU. Hopefully, that's what happens. Is that SCU kind of talks to Scorpio Sky, and Scorpio Sky officially splits off from them. Because I think, yeah, Scorpio Sky, the
Um.
sky is the limit for Scorpio Sky. You
Uh.
see what I did
Yeah.
there? Yeah.
Um. It would stink if he separated from SCU. I mean, I get it
He
with
doesn't
the
fit
storyline.
anymore, though.
He
He
doesn't
doesn't.
fit anymore.
He doesn't fit with
Aw.
the group. SCU is a face. SCU is a face faction.
No, no, you're right. I'm just saying I like those three together. Is
Oh,
what
I
I'm
do
saying.
too, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss them. But the time is up. Also, Ethan Page.
Yeah.
He's pretty good.
He is pretty good. But I agree. Yeah. Moving on to a cinematic street
Whoa,
fight.
no, no, no,
Going
no,
into
no, no,
this.
no, no, no,
Whoa,
no.
whoa, you're
Before
not done.
that,
You're not
before
done. You're
that,
not done.
Christian
Oh,
Cage.
oh, 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 oh! Completely forgot.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did.
Christian Cage. I got this one completely wrong. I heard Hall of Famer. I was thinking Brock Lesnar, CM Punk, the big names. I was thinking the big names. To be fair,
I was gonna cry if it was Brock Lesnar.
the I would have cried. Oh, I would have cried tears of joy because so many AEW fans would have been so pissed. Because I think this is going off on a tangent. Wrestling fanboys suck. WWE fans hate AEW. AEW fans hate WWE. There's good aspects in both companies, in my opinion. Um,
No, but no,
and
but
I don't think Brock Lesnar is wasted. I think he could
No,
add a lot to
I
AEW.
don't either, but I don't think
But
he can add a lot to AEW. I just because
I
look,
I think in
Christian
some
adds
ways
a lot
he doesn't.
more.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I think Christian adds a lot more. I'm just saying Brock would add more of the commercial kind of stuff.
Yeah, I
But
think Brock could add more viewers, but the quality of the product wouldn't be as good
mhm,
because you're paying this guy a lot of money to show up a limited amount of dates because you already know Brock Lesnar is not going to show
mhm.
up every week on Dynamite. Christian
No,
Cage
you're. I
will
agree. Yeah.
appear every week on Dynamite, and Christian Cage also is good for mentoring the young guys, especially AEW Dark Elevation, commentated by Tony Schiavone
Mhm.
and Paul White. Paul White, another big signing for
Mhm.
AEW, another good mentor for the young guys. That's the thing. People are hating on these, past WWE signings. It's good for their business. It's good also for their talent too, because they have a lot of very
Mhm.
creative minds, a lot of grizzled veterans who have gone on TV and they've been big parts of TV. Christian, big part of WWE. Big Show, he's been
Mhm.
on WWE forever, and Sting, at WCW.
Matt Hardy.
Matt Hardy, Chris Jericho, Cody Rhodes, John Moxley. The list goes on and on with
Yeah. I,
past WWE guys who have had experience on live television.
They and there's nothing wrong with signing WWE guys. That's what they need to do, but they just need to be careful who they sign. The old guys, they just have to be really careful on. I'm still questionable with the Stink one, in my opinion. We'll get into that
Yeah,
match in a second. But I think Christian Cage, going into it, I had no idea who was a free agent though. If I knew he was a free agent, I might have predicted him. But out of everyone that was available, of much knowledge as I know, I think he is probably the best one you could go with besides Punk. I think if you get CM Punk,
yeah.
you've just won. You've won in life. Um,
Look, another thing with
but
Christian Cage, the thing I saw a YouTube video after the Royal Rumble, and it was Christian. He was in an interview and he's saying, "If this was my last match, and it was a hell of a last match," so that showed me that he might be done. I didn't expect him to show up in AEW. I thought he would retire with WWE, go into the Hall of Fame, but the
I
fact that they
thought he
got
was
this
going to be
deal
with
done
Edge at
was
the
great.
WrestleMania. Yeah, this is massive. Yeah, good for AEW, good for Christian Cage. He's going to probably produce some really really great matches before he retires. So yeah. Anyways, moving on to the cinematic street fight, which I didn't know this was going to be cinematic, so I was in for an awakening there. Darby Allin and Sting defeated Brian Cage and Ricky Starks. This was easily predictable because no way Sting is going to lose his first match back since like 2015. Um, and I really enjoyed it. Coming from coronavirus, I think cinematic matches were probably one of the better things to come from a pandemic.
Yeah.
It was an 8 out of 10 for me. I really enjoyed it. What about you?
Yeah, me too. Okay, I wanted Team Taz to win so bad. Dude, I dig those guys. They're great.
I, I, I'm low key giving a shout to Ricky Starks.
Yeah,
Underrated. Underrated.
dude. They're just awesome. I know Darby Allin and Sting had to win, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I'm okay with them, but I wanted Team Taz to win, to be completely honest.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean it was a
Yeah.
pretty good match,
I,
and also I don't know if you heard Darby Allin directed 90% of that match.
no,
Like
I believe you
he
for two
directed it.
reasons.
That's
I,
crazy.
I, I believe you. I believe you for two reasons. Well, three. First, him and Sting had a long entrance. Second, it was very darkly lit. Third, Darby Allin looked like he wanted to kill himself because he kept on doing these crazy spots. So that is
Yeah.
definitely a Darby Allin directed thing. Yeah, it was awesome. Oh, dude, the freaking um elbow at the end. Oh,
Mhm.
that was so good.
Yeah.
That was so good. That was perfect. Um, yeah, really enjoyed that match. Anyways, moving on to the most talked about. Well, not the actual match after the match, but anyways, the exploding barbed wire death match for
That's a
the
shame.
AEW World Championship.
Mhm.
Kenny Omega with the Invisible Hand, Don Callis, defeated John Moxley. Okay,
Hold on. You said with
I.
the invisible hand, also with Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson.
Oh yeah,
They
yeah.
all
They
beat
played a
they
big
all
part
beat
into
John
it.
Moxley.
True. Very true. They were a huge part of it. Okay, I think we might have slightly different opinions on
All
this.
right, go for it.
So we'll save the ending because it's technically not in the match. We'll
Let's talk
save it
about the
for
match
until we're done
first.
with the match, the actual match. Yes, I like death matches. I like the crazy off the wall kind of stuff. Their lights out match at Full Gear from like 2 years ago was awesome. I loved that match.
Yeah, me too.
This was not on the same level to me. It looked very. I know the kayfabe or whatever of it was that Kenny Omega came up with the plans of how to build the ring and stuff like that. It looked so crappy. The barbed wire on barbed wire as like the ring was fine, but I've seen AEW do it before. The barbed wire boards, I know this is a small thing to complain about. They look so cheap. They look horrible. And to have it in a match like this is your main event of a pay-per-view, and you have that kind of crap in there. I'm sorry, it's just gonna turn me off. The actual wrestling was fine, but out of the matches these two guys have had against each other, this has been the worst one. The overall match, it wasn't bad. There were some cool spots in it. The trash can was nice. The Katoro crusher onto the trash can
Uh huh.
was super nice. Um, I think both guys did well. I forgot what move it was, but Moxley like brought Omega into the barbed wire boards on the ground. That was sort of cool.
Oh, the
But
paradigm shift.
was it the paradigm shift? I couldn't
It
remember
was,
what he did. Yeah, that
paradigm
was
shift,
nice.
Death Rider, same thing.
No, I just couldn't remember if he just like threw him down there or something.
Yeah, no, it was a
But
paradigm shift.
yeah, it wasn't horrible. It was still entertaining in the ways it could be. But it's like a 5, maybe a yeah 5 out of 10 to me.
Yikes! All right. I didn't think it was as bad as you thought. I don't know. I can't tell if the barbed wire was cheap or not. I think it was fine. Okay. I will agree with you on the fact that the Full Gear match was better. I totally agree. I think the Full Gear match was a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
This one was a little weird. Obviously, pandemic show, it makes it weird.
Yeah.
I think
No,
they,
that's yeah.
because of COVID, they had to spice things up a little bit, so that's why they went death match. Look,
Yeah.
when they hit the ropes, the barbed wire ropes, and the explosion happens, that wasn't that bad. I think they did that
No,
well.
I liked yeah. Yeah,
The
I thought the
concept of the
triggering of the
match,
explosions were nice.
the concept of the match was really good. I really enjoyed this match. It might have been my match of the night,
Yeah.
to be honest. I'm gonna go far to say
Wow.
that it was
My
match
match
of
of
the
the
night.
night. Okay, my match of the night was Young Bucks versus Inner Circle. I
Yeah,
thought that match was
and
awesome.
that's a
Um,
good match to call.
and to be fair to the title match, I didn't think it was bad. A 5 out of 10 just means mediocre. I thought it was just okay.
Yeah,
So
but
I
it
don't think it
looked
was
good.
complete
I
crap.
mean, okay, Moxley.
Yeah, I think some of it for me was I might have had my expectations a little too high
Yeah,
because when I hear exploding barbed wire death match, I'm gonna think they're gonna go fully insane, and it wasn't as high scale as maybe I was thinking of it. So some of it might be on me, but this is just my opinion on the
look,
match. So.
and I feel like if I watched a death match before, I would not like this match as much.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah, but
Okay, I
anyways,
somehow
moving
still
on.
no. Hold on, I'm still going.
Whoa, oh,
You've
are you
interrupted
still?
me too many times.
Okay, okay.
All right, Moxley.
All right, go.
Death Rider. Paradigm shift through the barbed wire table. That was a pretty cool spot. Look, I liked
Mm-hmm.
the concept of this match. It was really good, and I think they executed it pretty well, especially protecting the one-winged angel where Moxley threw his foot at the ropes.
Yes.
The explosion happened. Although I think Omega's face was a little
Mm-hmm.
too far away to sell the explosion, I still liked it. It was a good idea. But the only thing that I
Mm-hmm.
didn't like
I forgot about that spot.
the only thing I didn't like about this match was that Omega needed Gallows and Anderson to win. Like, I get it, and then you're trying to get
Mm-hmm.
the heel to win in a very cheap way, but literally getting your entire group to beat him down to win, like, that's just not fun. Like, I don't, like,
Mm-hmm.
what the heck? It's just like, come on,
That
man. It looks
Mhm.
Omega look a little weak.
Mhm.
All right, you can go over after the match.
Well, no, I want to add on to that a little
Oh,
bit.
okay.
I 100% agree. Kenny is one of the best wrestlers in the world. If like he's obviously he can win any match he wants to. But obviously it's fake. We all know that. But I'm just saying this in a I'm
Way to
saying
break
this
my heart.
in a I'm saying this in a wrestling terms. He's that good. Yeah, Gallows and Anderson coming out at the end was not needed. Them coming out at the end after the match is different.
Yeah,
But
yeah, that's. Mm-hmm.
to win the match, no, I think that was wrong.
Yeah.
Um, but the spot with Moxley putting his foot on the barbed wire, I really liked that. I completely forgot about that spot. That was very well done. Um, but yeah, moving on to after the main event. This is literally like the worst way possible to end a pay per view. This is like throwback to Hell in a Cell, Seth Rollins versus The Fiend, even though that was the whole match.
Mm-hmm.
That like no one remembers that pay per view besides that horrible Hell in a Cell match when it literally ended in a DQ. This is this is not how you end a pay per view. For anyone that didn't watch it, if you didn't watch this, I don't know why you're not why you're watching this whole video. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically, Gallows, Anderson, Kenny Omega, they're beating up Moxley, they chain him up in the ring, and then the timer goes off for the whole ring to explode. Everyone leaves, and Moxley's like chained up with like handcuffs or whatever in the ring. It's like there's like 15 seconds left. Eddie Kingston, his old friend, comes out and he's like, guess he wants to be a good guy now, and runs over and tries to save his friend.
That's a childhood
The
friend.
time's yeah, he's a good friend. It's the right thing to do. When I saw this happen, I was hyped. I was like, oh, they're getting back together. Um, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The timer's going down. Eddie Kingston can't get Moxley out of the ring and just throws his body over to protect his friend. Explosions happen, and it might be some of the worst explosions I've seen in my life. There is no way this was planned. There is no way this was planned. It was horrible. I saw this on Twitter. I think they said it in tonight's Dynamite. It looked like a bunch of sparklers. Cody Rhodes, his freaking pyro was so much better than this. Britt Baker's pyro from tonight's Dynamite was so much better than this. It was horrible. And then Moxley, no, first off, Kingston keeps selling it, thinking that the explosion happened. He keeps on selling that an explosion happened and referees got in there to try to make the two guys okay. Why are you selling this? You look like an idiot. Then freaking Moxley says in a promo after the pay-per-view saying, Kenny Omega, you can't build a bomb for crap. They're going with it, which is not necessarily the worst thing to do, but even Tony Khan wouldn't admit to it that it was a failure. So either this was planned and this is stupid, or this was a botch and they just can't slightly admit to botching. Now, what they did in tonight's Dynamite was pretty good. I agree with how they're trying to turn it around. Eddie Kingston making fun of it, and they're saying like an impact bomb, that kind of stuff. I thought that was okay, but oh man, this was stupid. What do you think,
All right.
Bryce?
Look, I feel like I got here because I can't tell you if it was a botch or if it was planned or not.
I don't know.
I
Yeah, I don't
don't
know now.
actually know because, like, look, Tony Khan, he's selling it well. Like, I can't tell you if it was a botch or not. I mean, on one hand, yeah, I thought it was a botch if that's really what happened and Kingston sold it. But on the other hand, listening to what Tony Khan says, you're not actually going to blow them up because that's your top star right there, Jon Moxley. And that's one of the hottest wrestlers last year in Eddie Kingston. You're going to blow those two up? Like, you're not going to actually blow them up.
Well,
Like, it was a good way to get out of it.
you can still no. You could have gotten them to get out of the ring, and the ring still blows up. They could have done this in so many different ways than what really happened.
They could have, yeah.
But
I don't think they
but if
planned it.
they're
Or I don't think they were expecting the ring to explode.
yeah, no, unfair. The ring didn't have to explode, but say the plan was for it to be a faulty bomb and all that kind of stuff, like it was staged, then why would Eddie Kingston sell it? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. But the thing that Eddie Kingston did this week, it was a good save. Although
It
I
was a good
laughed
save.
at
That
it,
was a great save.
I laughed at it because I knew it was BS, but I still accepted it. I was like, okay, I kind of get it. What I call it's great storytelling.
Yeah.
Also, I'm also vibing with
Hmm.
the story that Kenny can't build a bomb because that works because I like it how Tony Khan put it
Yeah,
that
it's Kenny Omega.
Kenny
Yeah.
Omega is one of the best wrestling minds, but when it comes to making a bomb, he can't make a bomb.
Yeah, and as for the Eddie Kingston, I think there's 2 points where this leads me to believe that it was a botch and not planned. Is the Eddie Kingston thing, and this is on a pay-per-view. I'll explain. What happened seems like something that would happen on a normal TV episode, in my opinion. Not the whole match, but the pyro that was given. People spent money to pay for this pay-per-view. They spent money to go watch the pay-per-view. I know wrestling, it happens all the time. You say something and it doesn't happen, something else happens. That happens all the time. Like tonight, Christian Cage was supposed to speak, and he technically never spoke.
Well, that was planned though.
Yeah, I know. But if this was planned, you're not serving your audience well. I know long-term storytelling, that kind of stuff, but people paid to see something bigger happen than what actually happened.
I didn't pay to see John Moxley get blown up.
I did, dang it.
You paid to watch John Moxley
Uh,
die.
well, that would be more interesting. Well, to be fair, what happened was very interesting, just not in good ways.
I mean,
But
that's another thing is that it got people talking. So I don't know if it really I don't know if it really wasn't intended.
that's true.
'Cause, we're
We
all
could
getting
probably
worked.
talk all night about it.
We're getting worked.
But yeah, the whole pay per view I thought was pretty good. Probably like a 7 out of 10. That was pretty average, pretty good. Well, an AEW pay per view 7 out of 10 is pretty average to me because they
Yeah.
do such good things.
Yeah. I
So
can't wait for them to, have a crowd for real. I know Double or Nothing's gonna still be in Jacksonville, but hopefully the next one's not gonna be in Jacksonville anymore. Because I think once they get full
we
packed
gotta go.
arenas, it's gonna be amazing,
We gotta go to Double or Nothing, dude.
dude. It's a 8.5 hour drive from here for me. So
How long?
8.5 to get to
Jeez,
Jacksonville.
okay. Well, yeah. Anyways, thank you for watching this edition of Sports Banner. We will be in the next video. See ya.
We will.